Retaliatory action will President Biden take in the wake of this weekend's deadly attacks on U.S. troops in Jordan? It's now been more than 72 hours since a drone strike carried out by Iranian-backed militants killed 3 American service members and wounded more than 40 others. Joining us now is Ambassador John Bolton, who served as National Security Advisor and UN Ambassador. Always good to have you, sir. You know, it's now been 72 hours. President Biden has confirmed plans to strike back in response to this deadly attack on our troops. What do you anticipate that attack and counteroffensive will look like?
Well, based on comments by administration officials since the Sunday attack, which is really all we have publicly to go on, I think it will be a response against Shia militia groups in Iraq who they think are responsible. It may be a more extensive attack than the pinprick strikes they've done 6 or 7 times since October the 7th, but it doesn't look like they will do anything nearly enough to make the party really responsible both for the deaths of these Americans and the several conflicts that are underway simultaneously in the Middle East now. And that responsible party is Iran. Until Iran bears cost for its belligerence, proportional or more proportional than the damage they've caused, they're going to keep doing it.
I was also curious, Ambassador, were you surprised at all that the president confirmed plans to retaliate before actually striking back against any Iranian-backed groups in that region? I mean, are there dangers to doing that?
Yeah, it's a little bit like Donald Trump sort of saying the quiet part out loud for our adversaries to hear. I will say this, though. These attacks have been going on since a matter of weeks after Hamas brutalized Israel on October the 7th. It was entirely foreseeable that ultimately Americans would die. That's the first mistake, allowing our service members and our civilian personnel in Iraq and Syria and elsewhere to be held hostage to the whims of Iran and these Shia militia. But surely during that period, they should have been preparing strike packages. They should be ready to go. Now, look, they could be launching right now, but it indicates to me at least the possibility of real divisions within the administration and hesitations to do what's necessary. Well, it's clear that Iran, in killing Americans, crossed a red line. And yet we seem to be worried about crossing Iran's red line of attacking positions inside their country. This is the kind of fear that I think the White House is showing that just emboldens Tehran.
And speaking of that fear and where we move forward, not only in this counteroffensive, whatever it is that we're about to witness, but moving forward into the election year, the newest edition of your memoir that was released just this week, you call former President Trump selfish, say a second term under his leadership would be dangerous for the country. You also told me on this program last week you won't be voting for either him or President Biden. So how would America's role in the Middle East and other global conflicts be impacted if either of these men are reelected, which it seems inevitable that will happen at this point?
Well, I think it could be that the Biden White House is on the verge of withdrawing American forces from Iraq and Syria, which would be a very serious mistake. They're trying to force Israel to give up their campaign against Hamas, which would also be a mistake. So a Biden presidency just means further weakness, further deterioration of security in the Middle East. With Trump, who knows what it means? He has no philosophy. He doesn't think in policy terms. He thinks what benefits Donald Trump. And on any given day, he could take one position and take a different position the next day. I think that obviously also undercuts the impression of American strength and resolve. It leaves our allies extremely nervous. So I think we're in for a bad 4 years, no matter who wins this November, if the two of them are nominated again.
We'll cross that bridge when it comes. For now, we will wait to see what this response and counteroffensive looks like from the Biden White House. Ambassador John Bolton, as always, a pleasure to have you, sir.